Imagine you have hundreds of blog posts in the database. Sending them all in a response is a direct reason for slow load times and wasted resources. And the developer who is consuming your API will find a hard time managing your responses as well. That's why we paginate or break the data into smaller and manageable chunks. I'm sure you have seen in many websites when you have to scroll through a long list of data or products, you have seen there's a pagination, like you can navigate to certain page numbers or next page and previous pages. The same thing we can achieve in Django REST Framework as well. DRF comes with the inbuilt pagination classes such as page number pagination and limit offset pagination. There's one more pagination called cursor pagination, but you know what, page number pagination and limit offset pagination, these two are the mostly used pagination classes. The page number pagination takes a page size and returns the response accordingly. For example, if the URL pattern is like this, blogs/page is equal to 10, that means it will give you the 10 records in a single page. Similarly, we have another pagination class called limit offset pagination. So this will take limit and offset as a parameter. The limit parameter controls how many items you want to see in a single page. It is just like a page number that you see in page number pagination, right? So you provide page size and it will work like a limit. Now the offset parameter tells your API where to start fetching the items from. For example, imagine your API serves a list of blog posts and you have 100 blocks in total. And if your offset is set to 0, you get the first 10 blocks, which is the record number 1 to 10. Okay, your URL pattern will be blogs/limit is equal to 10 and offset is equal to 0. Okay, so when you set offset is equal to 0, then your API will fetch the data from 0 plus 1, which is from 1 to the limit, which is 10, right? And if your offset is set to 10, you get the next 10 blocks, which is, you see offset is 10, that means offset plus 1, which is 10 plus 1, 11, 11 to 20, right? Why 20? It is because you have a limit of 10, right? Similarly, if your offset is equal to 90, then your API will fetch the data from 91 to 100, okay, which is essentially a last 10 records, right? So let me show you how this works. So I have a list of blocks here. If I show you this blocks, you see I have 5 blog posts in my database, right? So what I've done here is I have created a global pagination class here, which is a limit offset pagination. So it is going to take limit and the offset. Okay, the page size I have set it to 0. So that means in a single page I will get 2 records out of 5. Okay, so let's see this in action. You see I have the blocks, right? So in a single page, you know, one blog, this is the, you know, this is the nested serializer, which is actually a one single block, right? One block and second block. Okay, total 2. So here I'm accessing this API /blocks, right? So here I have got 2 records, right? First block and the second block. Now I have second page, third page as well. All right, so what I'll do is I'll go to my second page and you see I also have the next page and the previous page as well. Okay, so if I click on this, and this will go to next page and this will go to the previous page, and in a single page I've got 2 records, right? So here you can notice there is one parameter called offset equal to 4, which means if I click on this next page, so this API is going to fetch the data from 5 to 6. Okay, if there is 6, then it will fetch 6, otherwise it will fetch 5. I'll click on it and you see, since I only have 5 records, it has fetched the 5th record. Okay, so don't get confused, this is just a demo. I will show you exactly how this can be implemented in our views. All right, so you can use pagination in 2 ways. One is by implementing global pagination and another one is by implementing the custom pagination. All right, we will see practically how we can implement both of them.